Right
Yeah.
away to smile.
Feel better already.
Right away, you make us feel better, brother. Right
Oh man,
away. Thank you.
it's been a tough weekend. It's definitely been a tough weekend. But as you know, this is the league. This the NFL, baby. This how it go. It's everybody's good any given Sunday. So now it's back to the drawing boards with the Eagles. It's okay. This we've been here before.
Yeah,
I'm
last year.
excited, man.
Last
Can't
year.
can't can't wait.
So let me go into your head. All right. Let's look at your football mind. All right. How do we fix this offense? We know that last year the O line was the strength of it was the superpower, right? Like the O line on offense could bully teams. It didn't matter how many guys were in the box. It didn't matter if they were predictable because they just run through you. That's what it was. But now, after all those seasons, that wear and tear on the body, a lot of injuries, banged up, they're not the same. So how does this offense fix itself when you can't lean into the run and they're having real problems with team flooding the zone, showing blitz, backing out, and flooding the zone? How do you fix this offense?
Well, you know what? It's going to take a collective because, as you know, we got a first year offensive coordinator as far as, calling plays and stuff like that with KP. And for him, everybody has to be hands on deck. Everybody has to have their input. We all have to be on the same page because as a team, we got to be able to do it together because it might not look like what you thought it should look like, individually sometimes. But like what Jalen says all the time, it's about winning. I don't care if I throw for 150, but we win the game. It's about managing it well together. And of course, on defense, that was not a good showing against the Giants. Them guys went out there, made the two rookies look really good, and they are really good. I can't give them. I got to give them their credit. They went out there and got it done. But if I know the team like I know them, they got some pride about themselves. And so now they just got to get back to the drawing board. They got a 10-day break until it's time to go play. And so now hopefully they come back this week and get focused. I mean, they got a good coaches on defense, especially Vic. And man, they just got to go out there and just flush it. It's one of them games like last year when we played Tampa. It was just not as good of a showing as the team that we had. And of course we was down players like AJ didn't play that last year. A lot of guys was injured. And this year it's the same thing. Some people, we didn't have everybody. Cute Quinyon got out. We already didn't have Landon, and I felt like they went after Brett Toff a whole lot that game because it's familiar territory. Him and Brian Burns was in Carolina together, so I knew he probably gave them the insight on some stuff, and that's what you seen. And but I know for him it was a great learning lesson for him. And so, man, now it's just about man, just all hands on deck.
All right. So I could, like, to me, I give the defense a pass, right? Like when you don't have Quinyon and Jalen, like you're missing your two best players, right? Like,
Yeah.
and your back end is already struggling with CB2. You take Quinyon's, one of the best cover guys in the league, right? So you take that away, and then you have no pass rush because Carter's out. I mean, it's gonna make the defense, no matter who's out there, they're gonna struggle. Offensively, what I want to see, I've been thinking about this and knowing everybody's strengths, is I'd like to lean back into the RPO game where I need to get Jalen back into the run game. Like he needs to play that role. Jalen's strength as a quarterback, like I equate it to a point guard. He's a point guard on offense, right? Like, it's 3rd and 4. If I can get 5 yards on my legs, I see it, I'm going to go get the first down. All right? I can usually he's money on those deep balls, right? Like, he's a point guard. He reminds me of, Damian Lillard, right? Like, he could do that.
Yes.
You got to get him back in the run game, man, because the way it is now, he's not going to pick apart his zone like that. He's just not who he is.
Yes, and you're right. It has to be. He has to threaten them definitely with his legs. And I remember last year, a lot of those quarterback runs. You seen how many. I mean, he scored in the playoffs against the Rams. That was a big play early on in that game. And now it changes everything with the coaches and how they call it and how you and what you have to look out for. It just add another avenue where you have to, stop them. And so, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. That's like his superpower because it opens up so many different things. I hate he missed Devontae on the deep ball, but that's uncharacteristic sometimes because he does have a great deep ball, and we know that. I just feel like that was just that type of game. But yes, we do need to include him more into the run a little more. We need to open it up, and then we got to get back healthy, of course.
Yeah, I mean the health of the O line's everything. But what you can do, and this is where I need Patullo and Sirianni to kind of help this, right? Like you got to be more creative on offense. Like you see yesterday, right? And you're watching what the Niners are doing with Mac Jones. All right, you watch Andy and the Lions, and you look at that's like Dan Campbell. And like Dan Campbell loses Ben Johnson, but the Lions didn't lose any creativity, right? Dan Campbell's a
Uh-huh.
big part of that offense. Like this is where the coaches have to come in and be more creative. You don't see a lot of movement. You don't see a lot of different formations and creative formations. You gotta dive in now.
Yeah, you definitely got to dive in. And man, we had so many different people come through Philly, and I know we should have been like learning from all of them. Everybody that comes in, we could take a little piece. Every coach that I've ever had, I've taken a little piece. I might not like everything, but I've taken a little piece of what works and what kind of personnel that I had at the time that he was here, and what worked for us during that time. And then you just add those different flavors, especially with Nick Sirianni being here the longest out of all the coaches. And so I would have like different things I would throw out and be like, hey, I like this. What you think about this? It's a lot of talking within the minds, and then us coming up, no ego, just going out there. Hey, all of us look good when the offense is flowing. So let's start working on these different things. And like you said, you gotta be creative because in this league, man, it's a copycat league. Everybody's gonna play us the same until you stop it. And so it's gonna be the same thing. So now, man, now they gotta just go out there and just do it. And I feel like, yeah, it's just about
Yeah, but
everybody
look,
coming
you got
together.
think about your disposal, right? You
Hmm.
got two great receivers. You got a tight end who's playing really well when he's healthy. He's a terrific tight end. You got
Yes.
Saquon, and you got a quarterback that is a multi weapon, right? Well, because he's so athletic and such a good, strong, sturdy runner. Now it's time to put all that in motion, man. Like you got to mix this stuff up a little bit because I do worry. You worry about the room. I mean, you've seen it, like team meetings, all this stuff. Like you worry a little
Yeah.
bit about that.
Yeah, because you want them to handle it the best way. You don't want us to beat ourselves, and that's the biggest thing. What we all dealt with last year, and that's why I say these guys are battle tested. It's just now it's a lot of guys that left, but now it's guys that need to step up and handle and take some of the ownership of, man. You know what? I ain't gonna let that defeat me. I'm not gonna let this little thing right here of what I thought I should be getting or what my personal goal is. It's like if you really buy in to the team and everything that goes week in and week out, man, you don't know what's waiting on you at the end, like it was for us last year, where everybody balled in that Super Bowl game, and it was so great to see how everything came together. All the stuff that happened way before, you don't even talk about it until you get to the next season, and if you start to show different signs from last season in the early stages, then that's what we're doing. We're talking about that right now, but man, they still got a long way to go, and they got, man, everything right in front of them because Dallas lost this weekend. The NFC East is up for grabs. We 4-2. We 0-1 or oh no 1-1 in the division, and so now we got to make sure that we taking it 1 week at a time. Today, let's focus on Minnesota. Let's get the game plan together. Let's look at other teams and what they've done that expose their defense, because I'm sure you got plays in there that you can copycat and take from others. And man, that'll be a good good thing. And then you get back to opening up the run, getting Jalen involved and the RPOs, like you said, and now get them to play honest ball because if everybody know what you gonna do, they gonna stack the box and like you say, they gonna push them out of there, zone it up, and then they're gonna try to make you beat them little by little down the field until you make your mistake. And so I know right now it has to take it takes everybody in this, man.
Yeah,
So I'm
man. I
hoping
mean,
that they
you
do
go
it.
back to the RPO game and get him involved in games. All of a sudden, RPO play action will start to work a little bit again. Like,
Uh-huh.
it just gives you variables to your offense.
That's what brought us back in the last game. I mean,
I
the Rams game. The
Yes,
Rams game. You seen them? You
yes,
seen them? You had
yes.
somebody coming across, and they had to honor it. Dallas Goedert, he had some big plays in there. I mean, Devontae Smith had some big plays in there, and then it opened up the deep ball to the one-on-one with AJ. And that's what you want right there. And so,
Totally.
yeah, man, we really do have to get Jalen more involved, get his legs, get him running in, and then on top of that, like you said, move in the pocket. We hurting that. We hurting. You normally when you got a not a banged up on line, you have to move the pocket. You have to get these D linemen tired to where they got to run sideline to sideline to play with you because when you getting the ball out quick, you taking the D line out of it because most of the time they not running to the ball or running to the outside as much, especially if you wore them down from a little couple runs. You got to keep them honest. But man, you right. Right there, the RPO game we think about sacks as a D lineman. We trying to get to that point where we third and long. And if you stay ahead of the sticks, and which I know in the RPO game you do, that's an extension of the run. That's when you get those quick little throws and you get 5 to 6 yards a pop on those, man, that wears down the defense.
Brother, you were at it a long time. You ups, downs, the whole thing. You lose a game like that. What happens today? Like it's Monday, right? Everybody's back. What happens today?
Well, Nick Sirianni is gonna have to have a great team meeting, which he does. I like his team meetings because he just tells everything. Sometimes it's one of them games where you just gotta flush it. It's like, coach, all right, coach, we know what that was. That's uncharacteristic of us, but we are still gonna watch the tape. But he don't have to go crazy in the team meeting because we already kind of understand that. We have some time to think about it. Like our temperature is down a little more from as you've seen the game, you start to see what really happened, and then you do something about it. Now it's about Minnesota. It's like, all right, Minnesota see the same film we seen. They gonna come here. We gonna go in there and they gonna try the same thing in their house, and we got to make sure that we put that fire out. And once we do that, then it's like, how you gonna now give us your best shot? Because that's not opened up. So it's just about details, man. It's about how we handle the week, how the guys practice. Because it was a short week last week, you should get a little more under yourself, your legs, get your legs back a little bit. You should be able to have enjoy a good weekend with your family. And now, man, it's just a Monday. You come in, you get a good lift in, you talk about it. What's the plan for Wednesday? Then tomorrow off, and then Wednesday we get at it. And now, man, that's where your leaders step up right there. Now it's time to go get it.
Man, when BG starts rolling like that, gets me excited.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to go for a lift.
I hate lift. I'm ready to lift.
Man.
I'm ready to go.
Hey, ready to go because
Let's go.
they hear us talking. They hear us talking. When I was in that locker room, that's what I heard. And so it's like it's either using as motivation or you're gonna cry about it, and then it's gonna continue to keep having that ripple effect. I want to fight every time. I'm gonna fight back. So
Yeah.
what you gonna do today? It's about what you do today.
So you brought up looking ahead to Minnesota.
Mhm.
So I got to ask you, when I say Carson Wentz to you, what comes to your mind?
Man, Carson Wentz, I pay much respect to him, man, because when he was here, man, he helped us get in position to get that first bowl. And man, I know for him, things didn't work out in the way he wanted it to work out, but he was a big part of, especially starting the run for us of everything that came in, the excitement that he was coming in. He's a winner. He's this, and that's one thing I will say, man. He's a guy that knows how to play ball, and I'm happy that he had found a home with the quarterback being out, and he's able to come in and play, and kind of get a better taste in his mouth.
You
Not this week. It's just But for him, yeah, it is. It is. When I think about him, I'm always thinking of how he started this thing, and just what he propelled us for this run that we've been going on the last 5 years or 7 years.
Yeah, it's wild, man. When you think about it, right? Like, he comes in and like the story is such a like movie, a cinematic kind of story where he comes in from North Dakota, second pick of the draft, right? Whole nine. He's the franchise quarterback. Second year, I remember the first year you and he went up to you like he was on the sidelines. He was mic'd up, and like it was a great like cool moment. Like you were like kind of guiding him a little bit, get fired up with him. It was a cool moment. And then the
Yeah,
next year, right? Like like it's the ascent, and then the Rams game happens, and it was just a wild story that still sometimes how it ended was crazy to me.
yeah, man. It's like, man, we just paid him too. He was all good, and then injuries popped up, and that's when I started to see. It's like, man, this game is, this what this game is, man. You got to stay healthy. You got to be available in this, and the ones that can stay available and be here, those usually be the ones that stay the longest. And for me, I'm thankful that I was able to stay as long as I could. Then, stay healthy at a crucial time where things could have went left if I'd have got hurt at the wrong time. And they want to bring in someone new. And man, you just don't know what the future holds. But I'm happy to see him still in the
Yeah.
league. I hope them boys go out there and get 9 sacks like Denver just did. Them boys was out there playing against the Jets, man, and yeah, just kind of get a better taste in their mouths. But they got a challenge this week. Minnesota's no slouch. Got to be able to stop the run. Got to be able to get after Justin Jefferson, and I hope for Quinion, he's back, and everybody just flush that last one because hey, that it was what it was on that one.
Yeah. No, you got to listen. We know Carson from all those years. He has a propensity to play hero ball. So you want him playing hero ball so you can capitalize on mistakes. And you need Carter back too. Like Jalen in the middle of that line, you need him playing it like who he himself because you know better than anybody. The, people are afraid of that kid.
When he is on, he is the one that you, man, happy that he's on the side with you. I mean, last year, man, he saved our season against the Rams. As you know, he was all year, but that was a big one in that moment. He was ready for the moment. He was able to make a move and go out there, punch the ball out against the running back, then go out there and make a sack that helped us win that game, man, on a drive that, man, we would have lost that one if he wasn't there. But yeah, we need Jalen Carter. Don't need no more surprises because that one kind of threw me for a loop when they say he wasn't playing. Because man, I'm looking forward to seeing him terrorizing like he did last year, getting better from last year to this year. And now it's just about being available. But I know he's doing a great job of working. I've been in there, been watching, seeing him, and now it's just about, man, making sure that you when it's time to go, man, let's go. Get everybody rolling because when
Let's
you
go.
good, when he's good, he makes everyone around him better. And that's what I explain to him all the time. Cause it's not just about your performance. It's about when you do perform, everybody else is better because of you. Cause now they gotta worry about you. And so yeah, man, I'm excited to see how he comes back this week.
BG, you first of all, you always deliver. You always make us feel better. All right. God bless your spirit. All right, man. It's great to have you on Mondays. I wanted you on Mondays because I knew that A, if we won, it'd be fun. But B,
Yeah.
if we lost, you'd make us feel better. So we love you, brother.
Nah, I love y'all too, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You see where we at? You see where we at? You see? It's time. Hey, don't worry about the outside noise. Let's keep it in here and then let's show it on Sunday, baby.
God bless you, brother.